we're going to walk. This is like we're suspended the strike in Lagos. I was like, really? No, that's not the view I'm here. That's not the word on the street here. But you probably know that the protest held again yesterday. In fact, on Saturday, they went through to a little flyover demanding better government. Now, they also vowed not to back down until the president addressed them, which he already did. But anyway, all the complaints: reduced fuel below 300 naira, no tariffs, reduction of import duties, yada yada yada. All of these things ordinarily should make the economy get back to a space where a lot more people would be able to do a lot more with the limited funds that they have, which is why we are battling hyperinflation. But my question to you this morning as a Port Harcourt resident is this: seeing the protest here in the state, right, and obviously seeing pictures and videos from other parts of the country, how would you rate the response of Port Harcourt residents and citizens to this protest? Now, you see, yesterday and even this morning, yesterday I was here for the Sunday morning show. And I also got to listen to Kalada as he started his salvo yesterday morning. And I also got online, read some of the comments. Now, you see, with all of the positivity that some of you have expressed, right, during this interesting period, there's one interesting thing that seemingly has not quite sunk in to a lot of people. And what has not been appreciated by many of you residents is the blocking of roads. If you have a right to protest, does your right overshadow mine to get to wherever I want to get to? Does your right give you access to public facilities whilst depriving me of mine? Now, if you remember when the Akwajo Eleme Road was blocked about a couple of years ago, there were complaints. I remember on this program, one man called and said, look, his neighbor had a pregnant wife who was trying to get to the hospital on that very day, but they couldn't. They had to use a long road, take a bike. If you don't know the Eleme area very well, they had to go around on a bike. They have a car, but they couldn't move. They just couldn't move. But like I said, I want to get to hear from you, Port Harcourt residents. How would you rate this response by the citizens in Port Harcourt, in Rivers State, on this protest? All right, to this protest. As always, please turn down the volume of your radio set. Refrain from making derogatory or defamatory comments. Didn't see or hear, make no mention of it, please. And do keep your comments civil. We won't entertain inciting statements.
The views and opinions shared on this program do not represent the position of Nigeriainfo FM. Nigeriainfo, let's talk. With Jude on 92.3 Nigeriainfo.
All right, so let's talk. 017-923-0003, 0817923-0003. WhatsApp and Telegram available on 0809-030-6416, 0809-030-6416. How would you rate citizens' response to the protest in Port Harcourt? That's you as a Port Harcourt person. X, I would like to focus a lot on X, the former Twitter, this morning if you can. So jump over there. I know some of you are very, very comfortable with Facebook, but jump over to X this morning at Nigeriainfo PH, at Nigeriainfo PH. Muriel is speaking to us from the lovely city of Okrika. Good morning to you, Muriel.
Good morning, Jude.
Good morning.
Thank you. Jude, what do we call a protest? Now, what our protesters are fighting for is for all of us. So when people say you're right, to everybody here, there are alternate routes, Jude. You know, protesters cannot be confined in a particular corner or in a room.
No, nobody's saying they should be confined. Nobody's saying they should be confined. However, when people talk about the protest, right? People are asking, okay, so if you're going to protest, should you impede on my right to also move? That's the question.
Dude, most of these major routes that these protesters are moving on have dual two lanes. There's a way they can control it.
Okay.
The police is supposed to be with them, controlling these things. The other lane, 2 cars can be passing, to and fro. Or on that same lane the protesters are using, they can just maybe by the corner, one person maybe just on just one lane, just by the corner. Cars can be passing one after the other. Just to narrow
the traffic instead of completely blocking that place off, right?
Yes.
Okay.
But it cannot be a protest if they are just on one side. If a road, we watch protests abroad all over the world. But you see how they barricade. In fact, most times these protesters, they are not working for themselves. They are not doing this. Some of them have 1 or 2 things to do. They just come out of their busy schedule. So do this for us. What they are fighting for is for us.
Okay, so now Charles is in Uniport. Muriel.
All these things, I don't really like it.
Muriel, so the main question is, Charles in Uniport, coming to Charles, how would you rate the response of your fellow Rivers citizens to this protest? That's my question.
Of my fellow Rivers what?
Residents, how would you gauge their response to this protest? How would you rate it?
Well, we cannot compare it to what we're seeing in the north, And it's so funny when I see them carrying British flags and Palestine flags and all the like. But for we, I don't know, our lifestyle, I must say, it's quite different. People here, if you look at Benin, they're even playing music, and dancing to it. But I don't think the response you're getting here and that of the north is quite different, very, very different.
Okay.
You were just being so lackadaisical about it. And
really?
I know, the tempo will even douse down very fast, even before the north, begin to retreat. But for us here, it's not as serious as other people are taking it.
Charles, this is Uniport. Charles, talk to us, please.
Okay, for me, I want to make the response above average.
Okay.
I'll tell my reason. So I was involved in the protest. And I'll tell why I was involved in the protest. Because I was involved in the protest when our class monitor told us that if we come out, we'll go receive voto. So I choose to be involved in that protest.
Wait. Are you saying you were threatened?
Before this time now, in the NDDC youth stakeholders meeting.
Really? You were threatened?
Now said that protest
really? Wow.
It was on news everywhere. Went viral. That was last week.
Okay. All right. Charles says above average, and then he also says, well, he was also threatened. They say if he comes out, he will receive voto. For those of you who are listening to us from the diaspora, you probably don't know. It just means that you would receive some hard or heavy hand. Zion is in GRA. We have Victor Rumokrushi. Zion, let's talk to you. We have 2 minutes.
I think among the 36 states, Rivers State is charted the best of it all. And the icing is the governor of Rivers State.
Interesting.
And followed by the commissioner of police. Once in the history of Nigeria, police can be said, thank you, gratitude, gratification can go to Nigerian police. Is it not beautiful?
Interesting.
Is it not beautiful? I'm asking the police commissioner now. Look, the praises are given to the Nigerian police in Rivers State. It has never been this peaceful like this. And I will not forget the Rivers people who comported themselves and look at it carefully. Oh yes, the media. Thank you people too, because it was your sensitization that gave birth to this result of this peaceful nation we enjoy. The Nigeriainfo and other sister stations talking about it. You see one thing about the media which people don't understand. It brings about information. And look at these 3 cities, Lagos, Abuja, Port Harcourt, that this phoning thing is so consistent. Can you see the level of enlightenment among the people? So you that is calling on radio station I know you have been spending money, but please Don't look at it that you are wasting it. You are investing into the future of your children. You are investing for the life of your nation. Let us be honest. Kaduna, are they making phone calls like this on radio? Kano State, are they doing the same? Gombe, are they doing the same?
Can't say.
No. Let me stop here, Mr. Zion.
All right, Victor is a room. Victor, good morning to you. Azunda is a room. But Victor, go on, please.
Okay.
Thank you.
I want to first of all ask you. They are violating another person's right. Which other person's right? Because now, first of all, ask you. Is this government, keep the answer to yourself. Now, is the government okay for you because you are in a public space? That's number one. Is the government okay for you? Then number two, now, who is to fight for who? Because I see that everybody are staying at home, looking at the people that are going for the protest. Who will protest for who? Or is it because, if you ask me, the last time I checked, from what, from Kamorogo, Morning Crossfire, 99% of the people that call, they are totally against of which, because yesterday I came down to listen to this man. He didn't say anything. He didn't just say anything.
Well, we're not talking about the president's comments now. My question is, how do you rate the response of the Rivers people to the protest?
Yes, Rivers people are responding very well.
Okay.
Very, very okay.
All right. Azunda, good morning to you. Oh, dear. All right. WhatsApp now. Before we go on the commercial, let's get to WhatsApp very, very quickly. This one here says, good morning. First and foremost, I think more than any other time in this country, I've been very proud of being a Port Harcourt boy. We were organized. Yes, we did block some roads, but the truth is, we're not as rowdy as some other places in this country. I think it's because people now realize that there's a very systematic way to address issues. Could it have been more? Yes, I want more people to come out and express their displeasure. But the truth is, Rivers people responded very well to this protest. That's from IK. IK, thank you very much. Like I said, Rivers people responded very well. That's what I want to find out from you. How would you rate the response of this city, of these people in this state, particularly in the Port Harcourt area? Because from what we gathered of Thursday, Friday, and even Saturday, there wasn't a lot of protests in Abua, for example. Things of that nature. At Nigeriainfo PH is where you find us once again on X. That's Twitter, by the way. At Nigeriainfo PH. At Nigeriainfo PH. We'll be back after this break.
The show continues after this break on Nigeriainfo.
Trader, are you ready for
Now, chapter continuing to 10 days is complete. So what is for you is active. I want to make sure that you know that your voices, your thoughts, your views will be heard and read at Nigeriainfo PH, at Nigeriainfo PH on Facebook and on X. WhatsApp is 0809 030 6416 0809 030 6416. Check your time now. It's bottom of the hour, 9:30 a.m. this bright Monday morning. Now, WhatsApp. This one says, good morning, Jude. I do not think the present protest is for a set of persons. All Nigerians are active in this process because those on the road, on social media, and any other place are disposed to carry out the protest. So everyone is involved at the time of the protest. So no one is against blocking the roads. Thanks. That's from Triumph, which is what I was trying to get across to Muriel. You see, there are different ways people have been making their displeasure. No, it's a form of protest. Those of you who are online, sending posts, making comments, tagging the federal government, tagging the Minister of Communication and Information and whatnot. That's a form of protest. You are airing your grievance. It is a form of protest. But when we localize it here, is the reaction different from that of anywhere else? Well, you are in Port Harcourt, and you are the person I need to speak with right here on Hello Port Harcourt.
The views and opinions shared on this program do not represent the position of Nigeriainfo FM. Nigeriainfo, let's talk.
Hello, Port Harcourt, with Jude on 92.3 Nigeriainfo.
All right, so back to the phone lines now. 08179230002, 08179230002, 08179230002, 08179230002. WhatsApp is 0809 030 6416, 0809 030 6416. Please, 0809 030 6416. And once again, at Nigeriainfo PH, at Nigeriainfo PH is where you find us on Facebook and on X. Adi OKOCC says, this is a democratic right. Of course it is. You have a right to express your displeasure, a right to gather as you deem fit. No one's saying that. Wheezy Nelson says, we will not stop the protest in River State. All right. All fair is square. All fair and square, I guess, rather. Anu says, well, it's been, I'm seeing, 3-4 stars? Interesting. All right. Emmanuel Bassi says, I'm happy with the way the Rivers people comport themselves in this ongoing protest. I was scared that the already political crisis in the state would affect the peaceful protest. But the result so far signifies that Rivers people, especially the youth, are emulating the governor's peaceful style of leadership. Interesting. Okay. All right. Here we have another comment here. It says, and good morning. Regarding the protests in Port Harcourt, I wish there were more people out on the streets so that the government would get to feel the pains of the people. But by and large, I think the Rivers resident is more informed than they were 4 years ago. People are very mindful and careful to respect each and everyone's space. We can protest and we can do so without damaging public property. All right, that's from OKZ. OKZ, thank you very much. Stanley is in Thai. Stanley, good morning to you. Good morning, Stanley. Oh dear. Stanley, apologies. Do get back to us. No further vows there, I like to believe so. But please do get back to us. Apologize for that drop call scenario. All right, please. 08179230002, 08179230002. All right, let's quickly get to X now, at Nigeriainfo PH, at Nigeriainfo PH is where you find us on Facebook and on X at Nigeriainfo PH. Ephraim is on the line and he's speaking to us from Oyigbo. All right, let's quickly say hello to Ephraim. Ephraim, good morning to you.
Yeah, good morning, brother.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome. Good morning, Ephraim. Talk to us, please.
Okay. Nice one to be with you guys. I quite appreciate the good work you guys are doing over there. And even at this difficult period, we Nigerians are moving on. Regarding the protest, I want to comment that the president's speech yesterday, for me, it looks to me like something that was scripted. It's someone, either the secretary or those government cabals, wrote to him and presented to him to present to Nigerians. Now, if I were in it too, it was this thing very simple. They have given you a timeline of what they want. Nigerians have given you, submitted a list of their demands to you. Even if you're not able to meet it, at least deceive them by, going through those things one by one. Just deceive them, like the politicians always do. But irrespective of, instead of going straight to the point, you now went ahead to talk about Nigeria being an oil and gas country. Who doesn't know that Nigeria is an oil and gas country? But the question is, what are we doing? Have we made use of the good, of what good? Other countries in Africa that are having...
Okay, wait, Ephraim, let me stop you there. Now you're making a comment about the speech, fine, which is not our major focus. But you and Oyigbo, you're part of River State. How would you rate, all right, the response to the protest here in the state? How would you rate the way it has been conducted? That's our focal point as a Rivers person.
Yeah, I would say it's a very peaceful and mature conduct, because the way the guys conducted themselves the first, second day, and even attracted the attention of the governor. And I also commend the governor, Mr. Fubra, who came out without fear and addressed the crowd. They were very peaceful. It was very peaceful conduct. So I applaud the guys. I applaud everyone.
All right. Ephraim, thank you very much. All right. He says he's going to applaud the conduct so far. He's been impressed with the way the generality of the public has responded thus far to the protest. Today is the 5th day in August, and this is the 5th day of protest so far. Some people may not have known, but there were protests also yesterday in Port Harcourt, right? They came out on the streets and they still had their grievances, their displeasure. What's up now? Good morning, Jude. Honestly, the president's speech sounds like a final year students trying to defend the project and was done without a supervisor. Don't die that. Once again, right? 08179230002, 08179230003, 08179230002, 08179230003. At Nigeriainfo PH, at Nigeriainfo PH is where you'll find us on Facebook and on X at Nigeriainfo PH, at Nigeriainfo PH. All right, WhatsApp phones are ringing. Let's get the name on that one. This one here says, hi, G, good morning. For me, I would rate the turnouts just over 6/10. I wanted more people to come through so that the government gets to see. And I believe that the best place to carry out this protest is to go to the government house every day. If there's a report from the governor, Sim Fubara, to the federal every single day about this protest, they have no other choice than to listen and then find quicker solutions than what we heard the president say yesterday. All right. Emeka is in MOA. Emeka, good morning to you. Welcome to Hello Port Harcourt. Good morning, Emeka. Go on, please.
Yeah, my name is Emeka Alezi, calling from MOA.
It's a pleasure to have you join us. Go on, please.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning.
So I want to put more light on the protest that is happening in River State.
Yes, please.
Hello?
Yes. How would you rate the response?
And the River State youth is peaceful and organized. The protest is all about catching form, also passing the message to Nigerians.
Also passing the message.
The reform artist is suffering. But
yes, please.
Hello?
I'm listening to you.
I will use this opportunity. Allow me to use the opportunity to thank our governor for his peaceful disposition in addressing the Rivers youth when they came to government house. The man has shown capacity. The man has shown that he came prepared to rule this state. And I want to use this opportunity also to thank my local government caretaker committee chairman. Do you know that for more than 5 years in my local government, we don't have light? On their shortcoming, the young man called David Omriji, the caretaker committee chairman, brought light. And even the immediate chairman of my local government in his country, there was no light up to 7 years. And he refused to bring light. So, kudos to the caretaker committee chairman led by David Omriji and his wonderful committee member.
All right, Emeka, thank you. But it's also very possible that whatever you are seeing right now may be all the work that's been done in the past 4 or 5 years down the line in the pipeline. Because I do know, having spoken to the previous administration of the PhD, talking about when they had the previous GM, and also those who were in charge, Anoi as well. There were some issues with that line, ranging from vandalism and things like that. So it may not just have been a magic wand type of approach. It may have been things that have been going on for years that culminated in this recent development. But once again, I understand it is good to be appreciative, no doubt about that. Emeka, good to have you join us this morning. Now, okay, Jude, we did not join the protest because, as usual, we'll be mistaken for IPOB activities. This is what we are suffering here in Umebule. That's from Don Dada. Okay, all right. Moving on. 0817-923-0002. 0817-923-0002. That's to call us. All right. Then send us a message. Is 0809-030-6416. 0809-030-6416. Now, just going to quickly read this right now. This is just coming to me, and I think is worth your time. All right. So this one says, hi G, good morning. Report on the protests in Rivers State. First and foremost, I think many Rivers people were already bothered with how to survive on a daily basis rather than just sitting down at home doing nothing. Are they pained? Yes. But overall, the people, particularly the youths in this state, have shown a great level of restraint. And this should be commended. And if you check, not many governors or even police command heads spoke to the residents as the Port Harcourt people have done. Kudos to the governor and also kudos to the chief of police here in River State. They have both been examples of what constituted authority should look like. The struggle must continue. All right. Struggle must continue. Talking about the process, but must it continue? There has to be a time where it should end now, shouldn't it? All right, let's continue. All right, moving on. 0817-923-0002. Phone lines are ringing and are good. 0817-923-0003. 0817-923-0002. 0817-923-0002. We have Okonkwo on the line this morning. Also, messages coming through on the WhatsApp platform. Please, I'll read your message. Let's get to speak to Okonkwo for a minute or two. Okonkwo is in Rumbo Kuta. Good morning to you and welcome, please.
Good morning, Brother Jude.
Good morning, please.
I want to start by saying that our Governor Fobara, is a leader, intelligent leader, a wise leader, a man of the people, because every good government must be people's-oriented. And his government is people's-oriented. Let me surprise you, Brother Jude. If the governors of the states that witnessed violence were to have acted like our governor, there wouldn't have been violence in those states. Because to the best of my philosophical knowledge, before this protest, our governor, Governor Fobara, called to the attention of the service chiefs and discussed with them and instructed them. And that is why there is complete or perfect peace in River State as this protest goes on. But other governors couldn't do that. And we saw the manifestation On the day that the youth went to government house, you saw how we came out and addressed them. And among the 36 state governors of the nation, it was only this wise man, wise governor, wise leader that could address the protesters. And so it was as because of his attitude, peaceful attitude, that he made the youth to be carried out peaceful protest in River State. So I commend him and I'm happy towards his government. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. That's Okonkwo from Rumukuta. 92.3 Nigeriainfo. Good morning. Oh, it's a drop call scenario. Apologies, please. Do try the numbers again. 0817-923-0002, 0817-923-0003. All right, X, that's Twitter, by the way. X, right, at Nigeriainfo, PH, at Nigeriainfo. PH is where you'll find us. All right, we also have that page there, and we'd like to read your comments on that page. They post it up. Protest in Port Harcourt. Good morning to you. How are you doing?
Hello, good morning, Jude.
Good morning.
Yes, I want to toe the line of the last caller. I think the peaceful disposition of the governor has helped in containing the violence or help in manipulating the mindset of the protesters. At first, before they came out to receive them, if the governor has received you, what else will you be preparing for? To convey your message. It will be sent to the appropriate authority. Secondly, I think for a very long time, the security agencies in the state have been very professional. You see them particularly stationed in maybe flashpoints, but not confrontational. Even along the Bible yesterday when I was going to top right,
okay,
I saw few protesters that they were protesting, but the policemen were just there. They were just, I think, walk past and then carry leaves and then, but the policemen were just there. It will not just make the protesters behave themselves. It also gives other persons that probably are not protesting or going about their normal duty maybe confidence that, look, if there be any violence, if there be, that it will contain. I think the governor, his pattern has really, really helped. It hasn't been like this for a very long time. Again, I tell you, if the governor has been maybe condescending or responding or with the not too friendly political situation, it will have also helped in fueling the violence. And I really want to thank the governor. He's done well.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. Great to have had you join us this morning in our conversation. Henry is on the line. Henry in LMA. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Good morning, Henry. Oh dear. 1,000 apologies, Henry. Do call back. I'm guessing it's the traffic because the lines haven't stopped ringing. I'm guessing it's the traffic. A lot of calls coming through this morning. WhatsApp now, 0809 030 6416, 0809 030 6416. All right, 0809 030 6416. That's where you find us on WhatsApp. Please do not call the number. All right, the last number I just read out. All right, please do not call the number, because when you do, you will be preventing people who are trying to send us messages from having their messages read, because the call will just come over the screen and you have to end it. So let's not do that, please. All right, just send a message to 0809 030 6416, 0809 030 6416. All right, the protest so far just in this city has been peaceful, Jude, and I commend not just the state government or the police, but also the people themselves. They received with open ears and open hearts this news about the idea of peaceful protest. Some markets did open, others were closed, but whether open or closed, people went about their duties, and I think that's what people need to understand. You can actually prevent government from doing their jobs without necessarily damaging public infrastructure. All right, without necessarily damaging public infrastructure. And I think that much has to be said and continuously re-emphasized in this state. I'm sure some of you have seen those pictures and videos of individuals somewhere up north who were on top of the street lights. I still don't know how they climbed there. You have to give kudos to the agility of the young ones, but they got there and they were, intentionally trying to break the street light. In fact, they even broke it. And the question has to be, to what end? So this definitely, is indicative of where, emotions have really been flared beyond control. It is bad. We know things are bad. People are struggling. I was at the markets a few days ago, just before the protest, right? And then I got to hear, not over here, I got to price, I haven't cooked beans in a while, because, but the Costa Roba, the young man told me, I got this one at 10,000 naira. It's like, wow, that was the same price for half a bag of beans. 2 years ago, if I'm not mistaken, 2-3 years ago. Half bag, not full bag, half bag, please. Let nobody come for me. Half bag. And then you're buying it. It was 10 or 15 back then. But the point is, for that small rubber, you're paying 10,000 naira, and it's now even more clear. Those of you who have to buy akara and bread every morning for your children, for yourselves when you're going to work, it now makes sense why the akara balls are much smaller, and those that are not smaller, they now sell them for 100 naira. So yes, things are bad. It's okay to express your displeasure, but you see, if you were to go about damaging public property, such as the lights, such as roads, if you start to burn tires on roads, damage people's shops, by the time all of these things, by the time the emotions quell, all right, guess what? You're going to put in pressure, all right, on those people who would have to, fix the lights, for example, that you break and destroy. And guess what? It's going to cost money. That money should have been redirected to other important activities, right? But because that has now become an urgency, it must be fixed immediately. So yes, I think the last comment hits the nail on the head. It is good. It was shown that you can actually express yourself without damaging public property or indeed private property. So that means you don't go around vandalizing people's shops, their cars, or even their persons. Even though I think there was a report, I think on the first day, of some youths who were harassing, or who harassed rather, a woman who was selling okpa. It's my sincerest hope and wish that those individuals be apprehended. I really do hope that sooner rather than later that those boys or those guys or those whatever you want to call them, miscreants, I do hope that they get arrested, because a woman who's selling okpa of all things, you harass her, you eat her produce, and then you throw some on the floor. That was very unfair. Very, very unfair. In fact, that's criminal. That's criminal. Also, Francis says that in as much as peaceful protest is the constitutional right of citizens, the government should engage the protesters and begin to address their demands promptly. May God help us. Also, Francis on Facebook, that's at Nigeriainfo PH, at Nigeriainfo PH. All right, now, Mr. Jude, partially, we must ask ourselves sincerely, are the instruments, tenets, principles, ideals, or characteristics of democracy that we always see in the democratic institutions, government institutions, or in the citizens of the democratic nations we are modeling for democracy from, that Nigerians can say is practiced in Nigeria after 25 years? Our labor doesn't strike like them. Our elections are not like them. Our LGA chairman, governors, and presidents don't behave like them. Judges, they have differently. Is it peaceful protest that we have been successful to emulate? Let us wake up. Text from Oyibo. Text, thank you very much.
Stay with us. Nigeria Info. We'll be back.
Everyone says I'm beautiful and bold. They